Everybody, so I am doing a recap of the different games we have played at the MelCon 2023. So this is the second game we played this weekend, or that particular weekend, and that was Thieves Market. You know, I'm not sure how old this game is. I think it's a little older, but it's one that I really enjoy. It has a very interesting don't be greedy mechanism that I haven't really seen anywhere else. And here's the different components. So there's 3 sets of cards. So there's like the A cards, the B cards, and the C cards, and they just become more expensive and do better abilities as you go further in the cards. There's all the different dice, and the dice will have a diamond, a ruby, an emerald, what are the other thing? Like a victory point score, and then a bag of gold. And then you have the tokens that keeps track of your victory points, and then the little coin tokens. And then, so one thing I want to point out first of all is this game is really great. Like, everybody gets a player card, and that player card has absolutely everything on it, and that works great if you bother to read it, which at this particular time when we played it, I missed some of it. So the first one says, okay, everybody starts with however many gold they start with. I think it's just the 1 coin. Then you go to the left one is like, okay, depending on the number of players, you will be using this many dice. So we've done that. Then the next one says how many cards to play from each deck. I didn't do that. I just put all of the cards into play. So it really ended up making the game drag a little bit. And the way that we were playing, I think, kind of also made the game drag a bit, but that's what it is. So first player will take all of the dice and roll them. And I used a dice tray because then it works well for passing the dice from people to people. So we roll them all into this dice tray. Then you can take, the first player would take what they want. So depending on the cards that are on the table, the cost associated with them, maybe they'll be like, okay, well, I need 2 diamonds. And it'd be nice to have more gold, so I'll take a gold. And then I'll take the first player marker. So then they have that. The rest of the dice are then passed on. Now, the next player has the option of selecting from what's left of the dice, or taking the dice that another player has taken, but they have to remove one of the elements. In this case, they would have to remove either a dice or the first player marker. And if it's a dice, you re-roll it into the pot of dice. And now you would have 2 dice instead of 3 in the first player marker, let's say. Then the next player would look at the dice and be like, okay, well, I'll take the 2 rubies and the victory points. So they put that in front of them or whatever. Then what was happening is we would have players that'd be like, I'm going to take it all, guaranteeing that they're going to be stolen from. So then the next person's like, yeah, okay, well then I'm going to take all of your dice, roll 1 back. And then it would just kind of really kind of cause it to drag a little bit. This was the first time I encountered that a bit. So it took a little bit longer to get the dice associated. Because you keep doing this until everybody has dice in front of them. So at one point you'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll take what's left. And then everybody gets what they've got in front of them, as long as everybody's got something. If you got stolen, then it'd be your turn again, and you get to go and take from somebody else, because there'd be no dice left in the pot, let's say. So you keep going until everybody has a certain set of dice. Then you're going to use your dice to purchase some of the cards that are available. So it could be that, okay, well, I'm going to use the diamond, and I was hoping to get a ruby, but I didn't get a ruby, so I'm going to spend my gold, because you can spend gold for it to become wild. So I'm going to spend the gold coin that I have. So you put the gold coin away, you put the dice back into the pot, and then you take the card. Now, depending on what the cards says. And this is what's great as well, is on the back side of that player aid, it has all the description of how the different action of what the cards could do. So it'll say like, okay, well, you can turn your diamonds into any other gems, or you can change your diamonds into a bag of gold, or different things like that. Now, as you play and go further and further, there's going to be more intricate things that you can do. It could be that every time if you play the game and somebody steals dice from you, then you would get a victory point that round. Different things like that. And then at the end, you'd have like cards that's just worth points and scoring. It's really neat. I enjoy it. If at any time you don't have enough cards to put 5 of the A cards, and you would put whatever's left in the A card and 5 B cards. And then you keep going on until you've gone through and you don't have enough to do all of the C cards. As I mentioned, we were supposed to pull cards out. I didn't do that, so it was a bit of a long game. But it is very interesting. I haven't really, as I mentioned, come across another game that has that don't be greedy. Because if you take too much, you know they're coming for your dice. But if you keep it lean, maybe they won't touch it because they got to put one back. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to just take the bare minimum here, and hopefully nobody touches it. This is one that I've played with my family a lot. We played it at MelCon. It's one that I really enjoy. Just be sure you get the right number of cards. Here's another picture of the game all set up. And that was Thieves Market. Bye, everybody.